Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL Season 6 Opening Day Finale coming at you here tonight. You got the Cyclones and the Nuggets leading off our 6-game slate. Yes, there's a lot of games here today. I'm going to do a lot of quick cut highlights, ESPN style. We're going to focus on longer highlights if the game's like really close and really tight, really dramatic. Other than that, the game's pretty much over. I will be fast forwarding to the very end of the ball game. So let's get it started. McDreamy on the mound. Had some good numbers last year. Won the Best Pitcher Award on the AL side. Tyron Rex on base here already. Going to get a stolen base. He's known to do that. He's going to get a good read here off this line drive. Little looper, actually, right over DeAndre Clayton's head at third base. Next batter up is Nelson De La Cruz. 3-2 pitch. Deep drive to center. Catfish giving chase. He jumps the wall, and he did not give it a Julio Rodriguez. I say that, remembering a Seattle Mariners game from this season. Maybe it was last year. Baseball seasons are long, guys. He ended up faking like he missed it, but he ended up catching it. Catfish didn't do that. He knew it was gone. He knew it didn't grab it. De La Cruz steps up here in the bottom of the second inning. Gets another RBI. It is 4-0 currently. And Rene Valdez, I haven't really seen this guy pitch. I don't think you guys have either. Never really heard of Rene Valdez, but we do know that the Vegas Nuggets, they don't have the deepest pitching rotation in all the GGBL, so they're relying on a guy like Rene Valdez to step up and be the ace this season. But if they get a good offensive performance like we just saw there with Robert Thacker hitting a big bomb right there, I think the Nuggets might be kind of a sleeper team heading into Season 6 in that AL West. We know the AL West is always tight. It's always close. Comes down to the wire constantly towards the end of the season. We'll just have to keep tabs on them, man. Have to keep tabs on those Nuggets. And bad loss there for the Cyclones. 6-2 final score. Middle of the order for the Nuggets got it done. Valdez ends the game with 7 strikeouts. Nothing earned against him. Great game from the supposed ace of the Nuggets. NL Central matchup, guys. We got Rocco Giavitello Jr., 12-12 last season. Some pretty decent numbers there. ERA a little high. And then you jump to Lorenzo Zanetti, who was negative in the win-loss record, and his ERA was a 4.22. So 2 guys that I would anticipate getting a little bit better this season. But so far, Zanetti is in a little bit of trouble. He walks Carson Vine. He walks James Levitt. He'll walk Jose Manzo. It's bases loaded with 2 outs. He's got 1 more out to get, and Johnny Byler offers at a cut fastball. Ump says he didn't go. A little controversy to start the game off here. Carson Vine will score on the walk-in run. 1-2 pitch here. Petty grounds out the second. That'll do it. So at least for New Orleans, they survive this inning. The bottom of the first inning. Go figure that. So as we jump ahead here, guys, in the ballgame, we've got Zanetti and Giavitello really finding it now. They had a little trouble in the first. They were a little shaky, but strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. It just isn't stopping, guys. Parveen Mira goes down. Simon Petty goes down. Damian Wright goes down. Freddie Scruggs goes down. It just doesn't stop. We're well into the 6th inning. Giavitello Jr., 9 strikeouts. Make it 10. Staub's going to take that one looking. That's insane. 10 strikeouts, 6 innings. Make it 11. Giavitello Jr. ties Reagan Landish for opening day strikeouts. The most opening day strikeouts so far this season. 11. We'll have to see if he comes back out there in the top of the 7th to try to get to 12. Zanetti's day is done after giving up his 2nd hit of the ballgame. Keep this in mind, guys. Both pitchers had only given up 1 hit thus far. So Zanetti's day is done. Mackenzie Rayburn has to come on and get the job done. And I'm starting to think that maybe it's just the offenses. Like, they just suck. Rayburn comes in here, relieves Zanetti, and he continues on with the strikeouts. So Giavitello Jr. is out of the game, guys. Top of the 7th, Augustin Cortez comes on, and he's going to get a couple strikeouts. My goodness. The swing and the heat. Their offenses just don't look good, man. 3-2 pitch, another K. It's just been Ks galore. 1-2 pitch, another strikeout. Yeah, it's not so much Zanetti and Giavitello Jr. It's just the offenses suck. It's unbelievable. We'll have to see what Rayburn's totals look like at the end of the game in the box score. Another strikeout there. The swing go down. Royston gets it done. And we'll jump here to the bottom of the 8th. Deep drive to left field. Jose Manzo goes yard. It's a 2-run homer. And the Heat will finish the job, guys. Nothing else to write home about here for the game at hand. New Orleans gets saddled with a 3-0 loss thanks to that left-handed golden arm. Left-handed golden arm. Scratch off the handed. Golden left arm of Rocco Giavitello Jr. Lorenzo Zanetti gets a tough luck loss. 8 strikeouts today, but Rayburn was probably more effective. 7 strikeouts in 2 2/3. It's insanity how many Ks that there were in this game. 6 innings for Giavitello, none earned, no walks, and 11 Ks. Crazy. All right, another NL matchup. Atlanta Sting against the Carolina Blue Sox. Luke Nettles, 10-13 last year, but his numbers were really good. Again, he's just one of the better pitchers in the GGBL. He's been continuing to do that every single season. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to shut down this young, upstart Atlanta Sting offense here. But so far, Mitchell Quick gets the scoring started pretty quickly. Oh, God. 3-2 pitch in the 4th inning. 2 outs, ground ball to 3rd, inning over. Bottom 4th, Trig Matthews. Big strikeout on Mitchell Quick. He gets him after that solo shot. Next batter up, he will get another strikeout there. So Trig kind of figured himself out here. McGee's going to go down, so Nettles continues to shut down the Sting. Porter Pittman goes down, a little curveball. 7 strikeouts now for Trig Matthews. Hot shot ground ball. Wow, what a play there just to get there, and oh, they just got the runner at second. Great play there by Noah Pinkard, the former #1 draft pick of the Sting just a few short seasons ago. We'll jump here to the top of the 7th inning. 2 down here for the Sting, and Mason Borromeo grounds out. Would have been a good spot to cash in, get back into this ball game. Trig Matthews' day is done. We'll turn it over here to Osmond Strudwick. This is another custom pitcher. He was a rename, by the way. This was not a guy that was drafted. He was a rename. So just like to let you guys know who's who. Kind of keep your eyes out on some of the up-and-coming young talent in the league here. So he does get a nice inning there in the 7th. Let's jump to the bottom of the 8th. But he does give up a solo homer to Keelan Okoye. Do you guys remember this dude? He was the guy that was involved in a trade package with the Carolina Blue Sox in the St. Louis Maroons. He wasn't playing. He wasn't getting used in the Maroons organization. So he comes on out here to Carolina, finally gets some playing time, gets a chance. It looks like he's going to be somebody to watch out for this season. Blue Sox will get the win. 2-0. What's your final score? Got a lot of low-scoring games, don't we? Outside of Game 1, Cyclones Nuggets 6-2 final, and everything else has been fairly low scoring. Nettles was pretty good. 2 walks, 5 Ks, none earned, 4 knocks against him. I'd say that was pretty effective. He got the win. Solid day. Nobody had more than 2 hits for the Sting. So their offense was pretty anemic. The Blue Sox offense was actually more anemic. They couldn't do anything other than the home runs, the 2 solo home runs, Okoye and Mitchell Quick. They only had 3 hits on the day, so the pitching was good. It's just the offense for the Blue Sox was a little bit more timely. Let's jump out here to Kansas City against Houston. 2 custom pitchers. Angel Escobar, 14-6 last season against Connor Saples, the two-way player that hasn't really had a chance to be a two-way player so far in his career. So we'll see how that's all going to play out this season. But we're going to jump here to the bottom of the 1st inning. And Escobar's in a little bit of trouble here. Did not get some help from his catcher, throwing it over second base. Then a little ground ball base hit here for Hans Brolo. That'll get the game's first run up on the board. Kansas City takes a 1-0 lead here. We'll see if they can do a little bit more damage later on. However, you go to the top of the 2nd, and Baldrick Raynell. Look at the style, the groove, the smoothness of that swing. What is he doing? Oh my God, these celebrations, man. Especially with the highlight, like the neon green. What is going on? But Connor Staples gives up the 3-run shot. GB Wallace in center field trying to help his pitcher out. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Parks is going to glide in with a double. 2-out double. We'll see what happens here. 1-2 pitch. We've got Crosley Katz. A base hit back up the middle. It is now 4-1 Houston. Staples having a tough time right now. So bottom of the second, Robert Horvath. This has been a guy that's just been waiting for his chance. This is not a custom player. He's a CPU guy, but he's been waiting for his chance. He's got his first GGBL home run right here. He's been down in the minors for a little while. Just waiting, just grinding, just marinating down there. I think he's ready. Look at that enormous power going to the opposite side of the field there. Unbelievable. 2-run home run off of Staples again there for Joey Bing in the top of the third. So the runs are coming in bunches here for the Copperheads. Staples just can't really find a way to get these guys out. So now in the bottom of the third, Escobar's in some trouble. 2-2 pitch here to Espinoza, but he'll fly out to Raynell and right field, and that's the end of the third inning. So we're going to jump all the way, guys, to the top of the 8th inning. Waylon Stacy goes wailing back over there. Solo shot, 7-2 off of Gilly, and that'll do it for this game. 7-2 final score. Kansas City started off with the game's first run, thanks to Hans Brolo, but after that, they couldn't really figure out Escobar. They couldn't figure out the bullpen for the Copperheads. Player of the game is Joey Bing, 2 for 4, home run, 2 ribbies. Offense for Houston looks legit, especially if they can get contributions there from Baldrick Raynell towards the bottom of the order. Of course, you know that Jay Kinney's going to do his thing. You know Joey Bing is going to do his thing. It's really going to be that bottom of the order for Houston that's going to help them out. I think you get that bottom of the order going, the middle is going to produce. You get that bottom of the order going, you're going to win extra games that maybe you shouldn't, right? That's the difference between a playoff team. And El Central's always jam-packed. It's going to be the difference between 5 games and making it and 5 games and not making it. So a good pitching matchup here in LA. Opening day for the Knights and the Emeralds. Shevchuk against Elior Lederman. A lot of strikeouts between those two pitchers. Shevchuk won 18 games last season. Looking for more success this year, but George Ariano, opposite field shot, low and away as well. It's exactly what you have to do in that situation. But I didn't think he meant to hit a home run. He was just looking to drive the baseball. It's going to be 2-0 here after a David Bayek single. And Shevchuk is in a little bit of some trouble here. Ethan Lederman, deep drive to right field. William Murphy's there. He'll make the catch, but there'll be another run coming home for the Knights. So it's 3-0. LA. We're going to jump here to the top of the third. We got a strikeout on Chris Irvin. He goes down. Former Richmond good boy. Elior gets another strikeout here. And then we've got Schmidt going deep. Solo shot. Shevchuk giving up runs, man. It seems like the good boys might have sold James Monroe and Alexis Shevchuk at the perfect time. That's kind of my analysis here. Yes, Shevchuk won 18 games. Yes, Monroe was pretty good on opening day. But I think maybe, possibly, we got out of Dodge with some of these dudes. Losing 4-0. Team's got to come back. Gabriel Oakes hits a solo home run. Make it 4-1. Jervis Millhouse got to come through for his team. It's another custom player, by the way. Have not been introduced with Jervis quite yet for the audience out there, but kind of the first time we've seen him in gameplay. Does give up another run for LA. Seattle, however, they do have a chance here in the top of the 7th to come back a little bit. Elior's now pushed out of the game after a walk. So runners on first and second. Alan Evers comes out at a very high ERA, but only 10 games in 27 in the third innings pitched. He's going to go up against Walker Lettier. Deep drive to left. Seattle. 3-run shot. The former Nashville Heat third baseman. He's my boy. He had a lot of options to consider in the free agency. But he elected to go to the Seattle Emeralds just to troll me. I did it myself, guys, okay? I did it to myself. 1-2 pitch here to Clayton Hall. He's batting from the right side against Patrick Rausch. He will get the strikeout. Joshua Tora, ground ball to second. Bayek will flip over to first, getting another out. His 5-4 game. Tying run coming up to the dish. It's Walker Litzier. Deep drive to right center, but Traxler's there. Game will be over. LA gets a sneaky little victory here against playoff caliber Seattle Emeralds. Could LA be playoff caliber this season? Personally, I don't see it, but they did get a really nice victory here against a really good pitcher in Shevchuk. Something to note here, Shevchuk, 2 strikeouts. 3 innings, 2 strikeouts. Remember how I said in this game both these arms had a lot of strikeouts in their arms? These 2 pitchers? Well, Elior is about the only guy that lived up to the bargain there. 9 strikeouts for him. All right, next matchup here. Another NL West showdown. Leo Estrella. San Diego's kind of in a similar spot here with their pitching staff as the Las Vegas Nuggets are with theirs. Leo Estrella has never been an ace, but his overall and his ability indicates that he is the ace of the staff. But right now, you wouldn't know it because its bases juiced with nobody down. Vancouver does get an RBI there. Colin Ward grounds out into a double play. Actually, I don't really think that that's an RBI. It'll be 4-6-3 double play, and the run's going to score. So that's how that would go, I believe. But Franny Hyasathin makes a nice play at first base. We got Kix Deals on the mound here today. Rookie last season, had himself a good showing. We're going to jump to the bottom of the third. We've got Carson Willard stepping up, and that is a deep shot, line drive. Man, that thing was smoked. Absolutely scolded by Carson Willard. It is a solo home run off of Kix Deals. And San Diego will get that run back. Very tough first inning to get the feel down for Estrella. But he will settle down and he'll figure it all out. He's got a ton of strikeouts right now. Another situation here in the top of the 5th, and a really nice play by Connor Murphy on the run, making that catch in shallow right field. Top of the 7th, another strikeout as we're going to jump ahead, guys. Still 1-1 game, and look at the number of strikeouts for Estrella. That's number 10. So we were just saying how he might not be an ace, but we've never heard of this guy. Well, he's pitching like an ace, man. 10 strikeouts against this Mighty Beavers offense. They've got one of the better ones. A lot of custom players in that lineup, a lot of good hitters, but it's still 1-1. We got Kix Deals still out here. Little broken bat pop up, and he overthrows first base. Kix, what are you doing? Win Fortuna's got to get this thing back in. It is a error on the pitcher, leading to Cornelius Kane getting to second base. Could this cost the Mighty Beavers a game on opening day? We'll find out here. Steven Schwartz. Love the mustache, man. Love the stash. Especially with these golden uniforms. Looks like a really old school matchup here, right? Old school. 2 strikeouts for Schwartz. Harold Otto, base hit up the middle. Here comes the throw from Buddy Kidd from center field. It's not going to be in time. It's a little offline. Cornelius Kane will score. And oh no, that mistake by Kix Deals is looming large. Otto makes him pay. It is now 2-1. San Diego. Let's jump here to the bottom of the 8th. Deep drive to left field. It's over the wall. It's a 2-run shot for Connor Murphy. Ouch. Schwartz gives up another couple runs. And guys, that seems to be it. That should do it. Bottom of the 8th. San Diego. Base hit again. They got more runs on the board here coming up. Yes, sir. Nick Vandenboom. That baby's gone. Another rocket over the fence. 2-run shot for Vandenboom. Got every inch of that baseball. Every seam, every bit of leather. 6-1 is your final score. San Diego gets a really nice win. Estrella, a bunch of Ks. A lot of power from that Gauchos offense. I might go on record and say, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's like the kiss of death. If I give a team my blessing, it's like the kiss of death. I'm not going to do it for San Diego. Just know that I like them, okay? Not going to say it, though. Vancouver, 2 hits. And they came from one man, Peanuts McLovin. That's the only guy that produced. It's unreal, man. So, hey, warning here, seizure warning. Sorry for the seizure-inducing notifications. But we are going light speed here because we are simulating past the month of April, past the month of May, past the month of June. And we're going to stop on July 1st and get you guys an update as far as standings go, as far as statistics go, award races as well. So I know you guys are going to want to see that. So we are here at July 1st. We are now, actually July 2nd. So we simulated July 1st on accident. And Seattle, first place in the West. LA in second place in the West. Maroons, no surprise, they're in first place, but they're only a game in front of the Monarchs. So it's kind of a good tide that is turning there in the Central for the Monarchs. Team that's kind of underperformed. Good boys with despite all of their changes. They still continue to rock and roll, man. They're 47-game winners right now. First place in the East. The Firebirds first place in the West. No surprise there, but 3 games ahead of the Nuggets. Nuggets are kind of surprising right there. The Maples. What? The Maples. 45-38, first place. Half a game up. And then the Mallards, 4.5 games back of the Swamp Monsters. Wow, so the Swamp Monsters really turning their franchise around. They've been kind of lackluster these last couple seasons, so it's really good to see if you're a Washington fan. They're finally putting together this season. MVP in the NL race. Right now, Hans Brillo's in first place. Ricky Holberman is in second. Mario Mazza, Baker T. Brooks, Jimbo Crawford. Really, Jimbo is really a big driver in why Wisconsin's having such a good season, by the looks of it here. Chris Peterson having a turnaround season there. 11-game winner so far, in first place for the AL Cy Young Best Pitcher. Kicks Deals Best Pitcher Award candidate there in first place for the NL. Batting title, Williamson for the Monarchs. Mario Mazza coming over from Columbus now to play with his brother Luigi. He's in first place for the batting title there in the AL side. Reliever of the Year award, we got a couple familiar names up there on the board. And then Rookie of the Year, Robert Horvath. We saw him in this video, actually, hitting a home run, his first of his entire GGBL career. Justy Jeffrey, another familiar name, as a custom player. Holberman's first place for the Hank Aaron Award, a.k.a. the Doug Gold Award on the NL side out there. So, Players of the Month. Again, some familiar names there. We got Mazza, McDreamy, Saples, Mira, Grant Warlock. Guy that was drafted a couple seasons ago. Torrey Roby was drafted just last season. He was a Pitcher of the Month for the Blue Sox. So some familiar names that we've come to know and love, and some refreshingly new names. Carter Williamson having himself a really incredible season. I mean, that is crazy. This is a guy that never really got a chance. Finally has gotten a chance now that some outfielders have moved around for Kansas City. Getting his shot, producing at a high level. Love to see it. Hits leader, you got Benny Rodriguez. GB Wallace is another guy for the Monarchs. Never really was getting a chance. Finally is able to, and now he's producing. He's second in the NL in hits. So is Carson Vine. He's in third place right there. The doubles leader, GB Wallace. Doubles. Showing some pop, showing some power. Baker T. Brooks, Tyron Rex on the AL side, leading in doubles. Triples, Joey Ruffing, Julio Cairo, Frankie Bowen. And now you got Domingo Mejia hitting 7. Then there's Williamson again. So we're starting to get a feel for who the top guys are. Who's producing, who's not. Look at Benny Blanco and Ricky Holberman. That big 1-2 punch now. The new 1-2 punch for the good boys there. Of course, Holberman looks like he could surpass last season's home run totals, which would be awesome. Benny Blanco kind of struggling there with the batting average right now, but the power numbers are there. He's getting a lot of extra playing time that he wasn't getting out in San Antonio. So it was a good trade, it seems like. But Good Boys still continue winning their winning ways despite all the changes. Jimbo Crawford, 20-something home runs. So he's just killing it right now in the AL side. Of course, driving that Wisconsin Maples offense. Hans Bro is having a really good year too. It's like everywhere you look, offensively, he's just right up there on the top 10 list. Stolen bases, you got Milt Lantigua getting some stolen bags. Tyron Rex, Brody Boatwright, Terry Haas, Traxler. Some familiar names that we've noticed here for the last couple of seasons. Base on balls, walks, Carson Vine, Dalton Whitaker, leading the way for their respective divisions. Ricky Hoberman on base percentage hitting the 400 mark. Above the 400 mark, I should say. It's really good numbers there. Total wins, Cody Finney kicks deals. Spencer Clark's up there. That's an interesting name. Spencer Clark's been kind of hit and miss in his career, but that's beautiful to see. James Monroe, only 9-game winner right now. So that's, I swear to you, I think we've just made trades at the right time. But Chris Peterson, he's kind of the story for me right now because he's had some meh type of seasons. And what's interesting to me, he's not even one of the ERA leaders in the AL, but he's winning a lot of games, and he's kind of turning the Swamp Monsters around. You know, that's a team that's been really inconsistent the last couple of seasons after that Gold Series victory in year one. Kind of nice to see that they're back to their winning ways. It's a little refreshing to see something new a little bit, right? That it wasn't a fluke. All you Washington fans out there. Strikeout leaders, you got Elior Lederman, Darren Woods, Connor Saples is up there too. And I want to shout out, by the way, Spencer Clark. He shows up a lot on the pitching leaderboard. You got Devin McDreamy up there too with strikeout leaders, Bellamy Bloodworth. So some familiar names. We're not really rocking the boat here with anything different. But yeah. So guys, that is it for opening day action. We're all the way now here to July 2nd. So the next time I see you, we're going to have the draft, which we don't have any custom prospects this season. But we will do the draft. We'll do it live, and it'll be quick, but I just kind of want to get a slow scroll and kind of keep those names in the back of our mind, just guys that maybe your team drafted. We can take a look at what their potentials are and what their ratings are and kind of get a feel for who had the best draft and stuff like that. Just a little something different to throw at you. Then we'll do the live stream for the All-Star festivities, so I want to bring that back. We'll have some channel point contests for that if you guys are interested in hanging out with me next Friday for that live stream. And then after that is all said and done, that's all going to be jam-packed into one stream. So after that's all said and done, we're going to get a trade day vote going as well back to the community. So I'll come up with some ideas. Last year, I don't think we had a trade day. I think we just kind of zoomed past it. We just didn't do any moves. This year, I want to bring it back to the community. You guys will be able to vote on some of the propositions that I came up with, the proposals. And again, if it passes, it passes, and I'll process those. And if they don't, they don't. We just move on. But yeah, if you guys have trade proposals that you want to consider, if you know these teams inside and out, if you want to give me some ideas of what your team, your favorite team needs, then we can, of course, talk about all those things on the live stream as well. So, guys, that is it for the video tonight. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you back here on Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the live stream for the draft, the All-Star festivities for channel points, and little trade day preview. Maybe some teams that we'll look at that need to be buyers and teams that we need to look at to be sellers. So, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching. Peace.